So hi everyone, welcome to SASH Club Online. I'm Ariella and we're so glad you're here. While we wait for folks to join, feel free to drop an intro in the chat and share a little bit about yourself and topics you'd like to cover in our meetings and what you hope our club can do together. Just a quick reminder, please don't share personal details about sexual harassment or assault. If you want to talk about those topics, you can share like it happened to someone you know or speak in general terms. And if you haven't filled out the member form yet, the link is in the chat. So here's the plan. We're going to start with a short presentation and you can comment or ask questions in the chat at any time. And then after that, we'll stop the recording. We'll respond to questions and open it up for discussion. And you'll have the option of turning on your camera and microphone. And then at the end, we'll share a super quick, easy survey. And if you could please fill it out before the meeting, that would be so helpful. And if you come to 3 meetings and fill out the surveys, you're eligible to receive a certificate of achievement. So thank you again so much for joining us tonight and being a part of the SASH Club community. So tonight, we're coming together to celebrate changemakers, students, educators, parents, and allies who are working to build safer and more equitable schools and communities. This gathering is all about celebrating all of you and the schools and communities you're impacting. We want to shout out SASH Club Changemakers across the country, from Illinois to Oregon to North Carolina to Mississippi and beyond, and also all our SASH Club Online community and everyone we haven't met yet. We're so appreciative of all the energy and time and effort that you bring to this movement. And this movement really exists because of your leadership, students and allies showing up, speaking up, and supporting one another to make schools safer, more inclusive, and more equitable. This year marked a huge milestone, the official launch of SASH Club Online, which you're all a part of. Our first meeting focused on combating sexual exploitation through peer education. Rose and Megan facilitated a power topic on sexual misconduct by school employees, so be sure to check out the recording and slides. In meeting 2, we got creative, learning about zines, self-published magazines, and starting our collaborative zine, Misogyny Free Schools Zine, to explore how misogyny and gender bias show up in young people's lives. In meeting 3, we celebrated the launch of We Have the Power to Create Misogyny-Free Schools e-zine, showing the power of art and storytelling to drive social change. You can scan the QR code on this slide to view the full zine and check out the showcase recording. So now we want to spotlight some of the incredible work happening at different schools and by individual members. Herscher High School SASH Club hosted a Candy and Consent event, which was highlighted by the Clove Alliance, a sexual assault response organization. Brandon Bulldog SASH Club presented to over 70 students in the Jackson Symphony League sub-dev program, and you can follow them on Instagram to learn more about their work. Jordan High School SASH Club kicked off the year with affirmation bracelets, which I think this was such a great idea. Excitingly, Jordan High School SASH Club received a $5,000 grant to expand their work. They launched an ambassador program, training students to partner with sports teams, identity-based clubs, and community partners. Jane Jordan High School SASH Club president shares, our goal has always been to make Jordan a place where every student feels safe and respected. This grant gives us the ability to reach more people and create lasting change for the whole school and community. Rose, Jordan High School SASH Club secretary, said, it feels empowering to know that students can lead this kind of work. We're showing that caring for mental health and standing up against harassment go hand in hand, and that our generation can make school a safer place for everyone. Another Jordan High School SASH Club member shared, ambassadors will be a very important addition to our club. They are there to help connect our club to others and help set up collaborations. So this is such an inventive idea, and I love that Jordan High School is thinking about how do we build bridges and connect with different communities and really bring this work into different spaces. Jordan High School also hosted a healthy relationships resource table at the school performances of the musical Water for Elephants, sharing information about support services and promoting the SASH Club zine. Jordan High School SASH Club hosted a Halloween-themed meeting inspired by the Misogyny Free Schools campaign, coming up with creative activities to spark conversations about sexism and gender stereotypes. I'm going to show you all these activities because they are so fun and really, really smart and strategic ways to bring up these conversations. Students played games like Creepy Compliments, which explained how everyday comments can reinforce harmful gender norms, and Witch Hunt versus Reality, where they guessed whether real scenarios came from modern times, the Salem witch trials, or both. And you can follow Jordan High School SASH Club on Instagram to learn more about their work. One of our changemakers that we wanted to spotlight tonight is Christina, who contributed a thoughtful reflection to our zine, raising questions about identity, expectations, and how misogyny can show up in subtle ways. She says, I contributed to the Misogyny-Free Schools zine out of concern that we are trying to erase or redefine what makes women unique and special. I'm doing so. My fear is that society as a whole is actually participating in a form of societal misogyny that is harming women. We should not have to change who we are to conform to what society wants us to be. Some of the words that come to mind when I thought of what a woman is teacher, love, nature, courage, strength, mother, compassion, grace, elegance, wisdom, and resilient. I chose photos that remind me of these things. I want to protect my daughter from being erased and from becoming someone that others want her to be. She was uniquely and wonderfully made, and I want to preserve that for her. Another leader that we want to spotlight is Bella, who contributed a piece to our collaborative zine, drawing from real conversations with friends and reflecting on the realities many young people navigate today. She also supported the development of the Misogyny Free Schools campaign by helping build a social media strategy. As Bella shared, dating now is about being alert. You're protecting yourself in a world that still makes misogyny look like a personality trait. Another one of our youth leaders is Solomon, who reminds us that this work is global. From Burkina Faso in Western Africa, he's mobilizing youth around gender equity, peace, and sustainable development through his own grassroots organization. He contributed a poem to the zine, imagining his dream school, one rooted in safety and respect. So if you feel inspired and want to stay connected, here are ways to follow us, reach out, join SASH Club Online, or learn how to start a club. SASH Club is made possible by Stop Sexual Assault in Schools. And if you're able, supporting or sharing this fundraiser helps ensure this work can continue. And you can uh, use the QR code to access the fundraiser. So now we're going to shift into something a little more interactive. I'll share clues about different change makers and type your guesses in the chat as we go. This changemaker is a globally known singer whose recent tour became one of the biggest in history. After experiencing sexual assault, she chose to take her case to court. She filed a symbolic countersuit for only $1, stating that the value of standing up for herself and other survivors was immeasurable. A jury ruled in her favor, affirming accountability and sending a powerful message. Who is this changemaker? You got it. I see the answer in the chat. Great job. The answer is Taylor Swift. That was so fast. This changemaker is an American activist from New York City who's worked for years to support survivors of sexual violence. In 2006, she started a program for youth in junior and high schools to address sexual abuse in their communities. Over a decade later, her movement went viral and became a global conversation about abuse and accountability. She was named one of Time's Silence Breakers and later founded an international organization. I see the answer in the chat. Great job. It's Tarana Burke. Yes, a such a um, wise and foundational leader to this work and to this movement. Often called the godmother of Title IX, she helped make education more equitable for women. She documented sexual and peer harassment on college campuses and coined the phrase the chilly campus climate. Her advocacy helped shape federal law so that women and girls could access education free from sexual discrimination. Recognized nationally, she was inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame and honored for decades of work advancing women's rights. Yes. Wow, you all are on it. This exactly. It is Bernice Sadner. I'm so sorry, Sandler. Great job. This changemaker is a musician, composer, and playwright known for creating Broadway hits that spotlight history, culture, and social issues. He used his platform to raise awareness and funds for disaster relief in Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria. He advocates for education, immigration rights, and access to arts, inspiring youth and communities worldwide. Through his work, he combines creativity with activism, showing how art can drive social change. Think of Broadway. What are major Broadway hits? Yes, great job. Yes, it's Lin-Manuel Miranda. This activist began a solo strike at the age of 15 to demand government action on climate change. Her protest inspired the global Fridays for Future movement, engaging youth around the world. She was named the Time Person of the Year in 2019 and credited with sparking a global movement raising awareness about climate justice and youth activism. Yes. Wow. You all are on it. Yes, this is Greta Thunberg. This athlete is one of the most decorated gymnasts in history with multiple Olympic and World Championship medals. She bravely spoke out about sexual abuse she experienced and criticized the systems that enabled it, wearing a custom leotard to honor survivors. She made headlines for prioritizing her mental health during the Olympics, sparking a global conversation about athletes' well-being. Yes, it's Simone Biles. Great job. Born into slavery in the early 19th century, he escaped and became a powerful voice for freedom and equality. He was a prolific writer and abolitionist who exposed the realities of slavery through speeches and autobiographies. He actively supported women's rights, attending the Seneca Falls Convention, and advocated for women's suffrage. He believed deeply in the power of education and literacy as a tool for liberation and equity. Who is it? Yes, great job. It's Frederick Douglass. I'm seeing someone shared, I learned this in women's studies. Wonderful. U.S. women's national soccer team star, World Cup champion, and Olympic gold medalist. Advocate for gender equity in sports, including equal pay for female athletes. Openly LGBTQ plus and vocal about LGBTQ plus rights and inclusion. Uses her platform to speak out on racial justice, immigrant rights, and social equality issues. Who is it? Think about advocate for equal pay in sports and soccer star. Yes, you all are on it exactly. It's Megan Rapinoe. We've got two more. This artist from Mexico is known for her portraits and self-portraits that explore identity, gender, class, and race. Despite lifelong health challenges, she became one of the most celebrated painters of the 20th century. Her work blends realism with fantasy and draws heavily on Mexican folk culture, politics, and personal experiences. She is regarded as a feminist and LGBTQ icon, and her paintings continue to inspire art, activism, and cultural pride worldwide. Yes, wow, you all are so fast. It is, it's Frida Kahlo. All right, this is our very last one. This changemaker co-founded a national organization addressing sexual harassment and assault in K through 12 schools. She brought a federal investigation to the Seattle School District after staff negligence led to sexual violence, thereby compelling the district to comply with Title IX. Drawing on her experience as a student, parent, and educator and researcher, she addresses systemic failures in K through 12 schools. For over a decade, she has led a network of advocates dedicated to the mission of Stop Sexual Assault in Schools to end all forms of sex discrimination in K through 12 schools nationwide. Yes, it's our own Esther, and just wanted to take a moment to just express our gratitude for Esther and all the work that Esther does for Stop Sexual Assault in Schools and for SASH Club. Yay! So I hope you take away from this meeting that anyone can be a change maker. Every action matters, and every voice in this movement has power. So thank you for being here and being a part of the SASH Club community.